Hey everybody, Mark Herman, aka LA Bengal fan on Twitter, repping the Bengals for the AFC Northerners for the first time on this 3-game road trip, and what seems like the first time in like forever, I actually get to do a post-game show following a win. Well, we finally found a team lamer than we are, and if we could play Brock Osweiler every single week, I think we would be a playoff team. Tez had a huge game, 11 tackles, but hands down, our best defensive weapon outside of Tez and Dunlap with his 4 tackles, and I think he had 2 sacks. Outside of those two guys, our best defense was Brock Osweiler, and I would give him our game ball. Game kind of started off Keystone Cops kind of in nature. You had Drake Kirkpatrick picking off Brock Osweiler, our game ball recipient, and running it back 100 yards and fumbling on the 1-yard line. Fortunately, he falls on it, and we do get the touchdown. But our Achilles heel kind of reared its head after that. Bad situational football. I mean, the next possession by Denver, they marched down the field, 2 third and long conversions. They went for it on 4th down, and we give up the touchdown. I mean, like I said, we're a top 10 defense, but like I covered in the last couple of videos, situationally, we don't tend to get off the field when we need to get off the field, and that's been our Achilles heel all year. That and 3rd down conversions by the offense. And I want to comment on good teams versus bad teams, because I watched the last 2 minutes and beginning of the 3rd quarter in our game. Now, we had an opportunity to march down the field, maybe get a shot at a field goal, at least end the half holding the ball. Bad play calling, bad execution, typical. We punt the ball, and we actually almost gift wrap a field goal for Denver right before half. And then come out and do a 3-and-out to start the second half. Watching the Patriot game, I watched the Patriots march down the field with 1.5 minutes left, get a 62-yard field goal attempt for Stephen Gostkowski, who made it, and then come out on the field to start the second half and get a touchdown. That's how good teams execute the last 2 minutes of the first half and the beginning of the second half. And we're the exact opposite. We're what bad teams do. That's got to change. I mean, if we were playing a decent team today, we would not have won this game. Did make some improvements today. Difference between this game and the other games we played, we were 7 for 15 on 3rd down against a team that was the best in the league on 3rd down, and we only lost the time of possession 25 to 35 as a result. So you can see how converting 3rd downs keeps that time of possession and gets our defense some rest. Last drive of the game, we managed to, for the first time since I think the Buffalo game, we managed to at least give our defense some rest. We didn't finish out all the way. We had to do a 3-and-out on them to, or actually a 4-and-out because they went on 4th down to get the ball back and take the victory formation. But at least we converted. If you check my Twitter feed, I said, if we don't at least convert a couple first downs here, our defense was really gassed on those last 3 possessions. Some positives in this game. Happy to see Billings and Glasgow out there with Pat Sims out for the year, getting some playing time. Really happy to see Alex Erickson getting time. There was some talk in the comment section last week. It's really important that our younger guys get playing time. I don't understand why Alex Erickson isn't our slot receiver the whole game. I mean, he's clearly our best slot threat, and he makes the most of all his playing time, whether he's returning kicks, returning punts, or in the slot. So we've got to play him more. But that's just our bonehead coaching staff at work. 2 other things I want to comment, and this is both on our coaching staff, is we had John Ross was another healthy scratch today. I don't know what. I guess Marvin just has to be fired before we see what this guy can do. I mean, he's got to get out there. We spent a 1st-round pick on this guy. Let's at least see what he's got. This was one of the fastest combine time in history, and we're not at least getting this guy some playing time. That's got to change, and I talked about this in the last video. And the other thing is, we are going to be reminded week in and week out about this staff's boneheaded decision to keep Bullock instead of Elliott. Bullock missed an extra point today. Had we needed a game-winning field goal, not sure he would have delivered. We're going to be reminded every week. We'll be watching Elliott tonight in the Philly-Dallas game, but we're going to be reminded every week of that poor decision. We're coming home, 4-6. We got Cleveland coming up. And if we can win that game, we have a meaningful game coming up against Pittsburgh, but we're not out of the woods yet. I still feel like we're headed to the pit of misery, dilly. So we're not out of the woods. I'm still have a lot of concerns. Like I said, we played a bad team today. We'll take the win, but put things in perspective. I mean, we don't get to play Brock Osweiler every week. If Marcus Mariota had been out there on that last drive, do we win the game? I don't know. We didn't last week, so that's it. We're not going to be doing a full show this week. We'll be doing individual updates before the Thanksgiving holiday, and we'll return, I think, with the group show from Rocco's Tavern after Thanksgiving. Go to roccostavern.com. They've got locations in Southern California. Great place to take in a game. Also, you can check previous videos. Supervan Style has shirts, and we get you a 20% discount with the coupon code. So go ahead and check the previous videos for that. And with that, I will sign off as I will the rest of the season until Marvin's fired with fuck Marvin Lewis. Have a good week, everybody. We'll be back with a preview show later in the week. Thanks.